Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you have got access to our annual financial tracker, which will help you to monitor and track all your expenses and savings. This tracker has been designed with all the considerations to be as much user friendly as possible so that we'll create it easy to use user interface so that you will not have to do lots of actions in order to be able to get important annual analytics, same as be able to actually log your expenses. So let's start from the beginning. Once you purchase the product, you will get access to the file and it's gonna look like this. Since the tracker includes the script, that you will have to pay attention on it, and it doesn't really mean anything for you. It just means that there is a script running on the background in order to have it to work properly. So once you hit make a copy, you will be able to get access to the following spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet is already filled out. And you will also get this spreadsheet as a sample spreadsheet so that you'll be able to see how it should be filled out and how it looks like when all the fields are filled out. But original financial tracker, of course, you will get an empty one. So let's start from the beginning. So first of all, you will have to choose your currency. If the currency is not in the drop down, just feel free to go to the right and enter your currency and sign here so that it will appear in the drop down. Now we have categories. So we have overall 4 categories. We have fixed expenses, variable, savings and investments, and income flows. We have already added some of the most common categories, but feel free to edit those or remove whichever category you don't need to use. Pay attention that if you try to remove or edit something, let's do like this, or let's see if you try to remove this. Okay, it's gonna work without any issues, so just feel free to edit this. So we have also added warnings in case if you try to edit any fields with the formulas, you will be able you won't be able to do that unless if you accept it. As an example, I'm trying to edit the formula, so it will give you a warning message, so that try to avoid making any changes in the formula field. And in order for you not to accidentally edit the formula, we added warning messages everywhere pretty much. So if you see somewhere this message, it means that you could actually edit whatever you need to, but of course, we do not recommend to do that. This is an important warning to remember because if you make any changes to the formula, of course, it may not work. Now, so once you have already set up your categories here and the currency, that's pretty much all you have to do at the setup page. Now let's move to January, since this is January month, and I will guide you through all the fields here. All the other months are exactly the same, so there is no difference in the logic of how you have to use that. Since it's already filled out, I will be showing you on what it actually means. So January data input. So this is our income flows. So you go and see, okay, you choose your category, income category. You choose the goal you want, you are expecting to get for these months, and then you enter actual amount. As you could see here, if expected goal amount is higher, it will show you the difference both in numbers and percentage, and it will be in green color. If a goal exceeds the if actual exceeds the goal expectations, you will see it's gonna show you the red numbers and percentage on what's the difference. And of course, it will show you overall status of it. So let's say if I want to say that, okay, I got, let's say, maybe another business, and my expectations was to get $500, but I got 1,500. Then overall status even will change because it will summarize all the income flows, and it will tell you, okay, what is the total and what is the difference, and if it's lower or if it's higher, your goal expectations. So it's going to be very easy to see. A great feature here also, and I'm actually using this too, is to know how much you get paid per hour. So usually we know how many hours we work per month. So let's say as an example, if I put here 190, it will show me, okay, based on your total income, this is how much you get paid on the hourly rate. Again, you don't have to edit any field with a formula, and if you try to do that, you will get the warning message. So this is auto-calculated. Now let's scroll down to the actual expenses. We only have two categories of expenses to make it as easy as possible for you. We have fixed expenses and we have variable expenses. So, what is really important here? All you have to do actually is only enter your maximum percentage you want to spend for these months. I know there are some fixed rules on how much we have to spend, but we are all different. We all get different income flows. So you decide for yourself on how much percentage you want to spend for each month separately. Here, let's say I put 20%. Important warning here. If you don't enter percentage sign, it will not show up correctly. So make sure that you always have percentage sign next to the number. Same you do for variable expenses. For savings tab, it will be auto calculated. So let's say if I change summary, let's say of variable expenses, and I say I want to spend 50%, it will auto update it back to 30%. Now let's move back to the actual login. All those fields are all auto calculated, so you don't have to do anything with those. So what it will show you your goal amount, which means it says, okay, since you say you want to spend 20% only for fixed expenses, your goal is to spend 1,580. Actual amount will be based on your logging activity. So let's say if I add another 400, well, let's say childcare and education, it will be auto updated saying, okay, you have already exceeded your amount, and it will show you how much you have exceeded. So you have exceeded $470, and in percentage, it means you have exceeded 30%. So overall, you exceeded your expectations. So you have to try to predict on how much you will be spending for fixed expenses. All the fields you have to do logging in is a date, Date is important, but it's not as important as it is important for savings and investments. And I will show you why. But I strongly recommend to choose a date of your expenses when you log your expenses. Of course, you choose the category from the setup page. You could put any notes, and of course, this actual amount is important. This will show you the summary of your expenses, and all those fields are auto calculated as we discussed, and you will see all the important metrics below. Now let's move to the variable expenses. The logic is exactly the same. You choose the date, you choose expense category, you put notes, and you just put the amount. Again, the same thing. The only one field you have to enter here is only percentage with a percentage sign. All the rest is auto-calculated. Now here you'll see, okay, left to spend, you still have $850 left to spend, which is 22%. So if you don't exceed those expectations, you are good to go. Great thing here is variable expense breakdown. Variable expense breakdown shows you all the categories on how much you spend on each category. And if you click actually here, if you click on each category, it will show you exact amount for each category spent, both in numbers and percentage, which is a great way to see where your money goes. Now, the last part is savings, savings and investments. The logic is the same. The only one field that we have added here is left to save amount. So even though you entered that based on your percentages you have entered here, it was auto-calculated that you have to your goal is to save 1975, so goal amount. But to make it easier for you, sometimes we are good. We did not spend what we were predicting to spend. So what is left to save means? Left to save means that if you have any additional savings, so that if you spend less than you expected. So what I mean here, right now you see we have 23.50. If I put here that I spent 350 on something, right? It will be showing, okay, now you have 2000 left to save. So this field is based on your annual monthly in general total income minus all your expenses, both for fixed expenses and variable expenses. So even the goal amount is 1975, which is 25%. It still tells you that, oh, okay, you actually have 2000 for this month that you could save and or invest in your associated goal. So here you see that, oh, okay, well, I still have 300 left. Okay, I will put 300 more and I will put it as savings. And now we are good to go. Now we know that we have calculated all our money, because otherwise, if we will be concentrating on the goal amount, which is 1975, but we don't see this metric, what we actually have as our cash flow, well, we will not know where is the rest, right? Where is our another $25? Okay, great. I think that's pretty much clear. Savings and investments breakdown has exactly the same logic as variable expense breakdown. So you will be able to click on it and see all your savings and investments. That's pretty much all. Now let's go back to the metrics. Expense summary is a great way to see all the total expenses, both for fixed and variable expenses. See, here you will see expense summary. For each month, you will see your goal for fixed and actual, for variable expenses, and what is really cool here is your total expenses. So no matter which category expense it was, if it was fixed or if it was variable, you will be able to see the total amount spent. And one of my favorite things is, of course, the dashboard. And now I will explain why it is important to make sure that you enter at the savings and invest and summary of savings that you choose the date, the right date, the correct month, right? So here at the dashboard, you could choose a range and see all your savings and investments breakdown um, based on the calendar, based on the date you have entered here. So let's say right now it is 2024 year. But what is really great about this template, and this is one of the reasons why this template is running a script, is that you could use this pretty much for any year. So let's say if you are using this template and that's already not really 24, but that's already 25 here, you could just go ahead and do that. And now if we enter 25, we could do exactly the same for each month. I'm not gonna do it right now, but the main idea is that, and this is a great value of this template, that you will be able to see the savings and investment breakdown that is not sticked to a specific year, which is really great, I think. So if you're gonna be using this template in 2025, 2026, you're good to go. And of course, you could choose the range of specific range of your savings and investments breakdown. A great way to monitor all your investments, which is actually one of the reasons of this tracker, not just to log your expenses, but to actually see what you are investing in and how much savings you could get annually. If you scroll down, we will see the following metrics. So we will see your annual income, goal and actual. So actual is better, as we see. Same for expenses. We are good here. Savings, total savings, actual goal. Well, we did not say what we were expecting. Left to spend. This is as an example. Let's say if I go back to January and say, I don't know, I spent 20,000 to something, and I go back, you will see that you have that you exceeded your left to spend amount. So if it's minus, it's not good. So let's just clear it up now. Best saving months, you will see best saving months is June. Biggest expense months is January. So in January was your biggest expense month, and what is really cool is average hour rate, so that you will know what was your average hour rate pay per year, which is, I think, a great way to see that and how you grow and what the progress is for the next year. Income investment progress, again, based on all your logs. if you don't enter your goal, then it will not show up correctly. But if you will be entering both goal and actual goal and actual amount, then you are good to go. So make sure to enter goal and actual, especially for the income tab. For investment, it will be already calculated based on your logs. Okay, so that's pretty much all. If you scroll down, you will see graphical interfaces of what your annual goal versus actual, your annual goal distribution. And again, if you double click on it, you will see it in the detail. Um, Annual actual distribution, and you will see also the graph for goal versus actual income, goal versus actual savings and investments, same for fixed and same for variable. That's been pretty much all. I hope it's been informative for you, and thank you so much for viewing.